Hello, friends. Time to let the fun begin. So we started last week trying to get you some calmer music. But why do that? Why do that? Why not have a beat drop on the first portion? When we come into our movement, we're going to start with Pilates. So we'll start with, and that does make me laugh too. And I do take some liberties with our evolved Pilates. But we're going to start with some Pilates, and that'll have a little bit more of a tempo. And then we'll finish with some yoga, more of a relaxing-ish kind of yoga. So feel free to jump in on the Pilates part, John. It's not so scary. Jump in, and we'll work our abs. We're going to work our abs first, well, our legs and our abs. And then I'll transition the music to something a little calmer. So with our feet about a little wider than hip width apart and turned out about a 10 and 2, we're going to drop down and up into that squat. Shoulders down and back. Karma, that was a long time too, the whole Pilates joke. So we squeeze the glutes to come up. Our shoulders are set right on top of the hips. You can use light weights, or you can skip it and use just your weight alone, the weight of the arms. When we come down, the arms will flow up, so you just lift and lower. Strong glutes. So glad you're here, Jean. It's a great way to celebrate Saturday. 4, last 3, and 2. Now watch the arms come out to the side. Good morning, Akiko. I get it, Marty. I'm with you on that one. 2 more. Last one. Now in front one time and to the side. In front, to the side. Nice and strong with your arms. 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. Last one. Now hold your arms up. Pulse the legs. 8, 7, 6. The neck is relaxed. Shoulders are dropped down. Last 3. Palms are to the ceiling. Take the hands in and out right here. So I could do that down here. Find what works for you this morning. Squeeze. 8 more. Last 8. 7, 6, 5, calm down, last 2, now taking arms down and up, drop and lift, slow that squat down, palms are to the floor. So what we want to avoid is that shoulder riding up, so we're not allowing the neck to shrink. You keep that retracted. 2, now reach across the body, take it over. So we're just trying to loosen up our joints right here. So as you come into that movement side to side, it can be smaller, it can be bigger, weightless, or with weight, but you just want to contract the abdominals and cinch the glutes. 4, 3, 2, now reach the arms out, drop the hips and lift. This time it comes from a bent elbow and the palms are up. 4, 3, 2, now pulse down 3. So we go 3, 2, 1, and reach. 3, 2, 1, and reach. Ping pong. 3, 2, 1, big reach. 3, 2, 4 more. Last 3. Your arms are so strong too. Last one, reach across the body, right, left. Now, we'll take it down to our mat fairly early today, coming into some core work. Last 4, 3, 2, and squat it down, elbows in. Lift your heart nice and tall. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, Now same pattern, pulse down 3, 3, 2, 1, big reach. 3, 2, big reach. Your arms are so strong. 4 more. Last 3. Last 2. All right, team, one more time. Now find your way all the way down to your mat on your knees to start. So you may need to double up your mat so you have a little bit more cushion. Then start with that bend to the right. Squeeze your glutes. So when we come down onto our knees, it allows us to extend the hip flexors and put a little bit more load into the waist, into the abdominals, the obliques, and the shoulders. Now reach both arms forward, bend to the right. Forward and right. Forward and right. You're trying to take your right rib to your right hip. Lift. Last 4, 3, last 2, get ready to pulse. Last 1, and pulse down to the right. Watch that this shoulder doesn't fall forward. Open that up. One more time, it's time to celebrate. Last 4, 3, 2, now singles to the left. 4, 2, now both arms reach forward, reach to the left, squeeze. Marty, we have one of your favorites coming up. One more time. Left rib to the left hip, tuck it. Keeping our glutes nice and tight. One more time. 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. Now pulse down. Hold. So with that pulse, it's really small, where you have the maximum contraction. So you want to watch that you're not balancing into that. So a hit, Marnie, this is half of what's coming. Who runs this? Oh, good morning, GA. Last 4. All right, team. Take your left hand to the right and down. There it is, Marnie. Twist it. Twist. Twist. So when you bring it across, you're trying with these light weights. We can bring that left hand all the way to the right hip. Reach it. Reach it. When you rotate, watch that you're not pushing your abs out. Draw the navel to the spine. 2 more. All right, team. Other side, bend to the right 1 time. Rotate to the left. Bend. Rotate. Bend. Rotate. Try and take that right hand all the way to the left hip. Me too. I think we're similar that way. They're kind of all my favorites. You get to do your sister's favorite too. 4 more. Run world. 3. Last 2. Now we're going to go side to side. Last 1. Check it. Reach to the right. Reach to the left. Reach to the right and to the left. See how close you can get your hand or your weight to the mat. Tap it down. Now, watch that you're not tipping your hips back and forth. Keep those still and press forward. 1 more each way. Now rotate. Left hand across, right hand across. the hips don't move. Now, you're going to keep this. Bring the arms up like a circle. That's 4. That's 3. Now our obliques are ready. That's 2. That's 1. Set your left weight down. Come onto your left knee and your left hand. So you find an anchor, right foot out, right hand up, and then bring it together. Bring it together. Now, I could be down here to see David. I could be right here as well. We'll be cheering you on later, David. You got it. Run the world. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Hold your right arm up. Take that leg forward. Forward. You can go smaller. You can go bigger. Your way. Slower or faster, all good. 3, 2. Now one of each. Take it together. Kick it front. Together. Kick it front. Together. And kick it. 4 more. Last 4. 3, 2. Then we get to lay all the way down on that hip. And drop it. So you come down onto the hip. Hug the weight with that top leg. Lift the bottom leg. And pull. Short time. We don't get to do very long today, so treasure it. I could do that with my bottom leg down or lift it. I could do that with or without this weight. The upper body could be all the way down. Propped up. I've been everywhere. 8 more, last 8. 7. My glutes are on fire too. We got a pretty great week, huh? Cross it in front. That position we were in before cinches it so tight. As you draw your right knee across your body, pull your belly button in tight. Oh my life. 8. 4 more. 3, 2. Short set, lift up. So this set is much shorter than the first. And when you're in that second final, lift your body nice and tall. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, invert, take it in front. I've been everywhere. Strong glute, strong obliques. Looking for you, baby. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, when we come onto the other side, that side already worked. So it's going to feel a little toasty already. You're on your bottom knee, your bottom hand. Reach that leg up. So you'll feel the heat here from what we just did already. I could do the arm alone. I could do the leg alone. Or that's a great position down here too. Your way. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5. Now, before we go forward, that left arm stays up. 2 and 1. Hold. right here. Reach it. Reach it. Both positions are great. 4, 3, 2. Now one of each. Take the weight to the leg and in front. Together, in front. Turn. Woo. Your pace. 5 to go. 4, 3, 2. Last one. And take it down all the way on that hip. Hug the weight and pull. So remember our options here. This bottom leg can be down or up. This top leg can have the weight or not. Upper body can be all the way down. Propped up. Or all the way up. Cinch your glutes. It feels so much better when you squeeze your glutes together. Where have you been all my life? So it's already primed a little bit from the work on the other side. Strong abs. 8, 7, 6, 4. Into, invert, take it forward. So in that same option, I could set the bottom leg down. I could have that bottom leg lifted your way. When I take that thigh in front, the obliques contract strong. Eight more. 6. Last 4. 2. Now lift it side, second set. Then we get to lay on our back for a moment. Last 8. Lift your body nice and tall. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring it in front. So we draw the navel to spine, and that forces a tighter contraction into the obliques. 8, 7, 6, 5. Now when we lay on our back, we're going to use the weight in between the legs. So your option, I could have my feet on the floor, taking my knees right to left here. Or I put the weight in my shin and swivel here. My head can stay down. The swivel of the legs contracts the obliques again. I can lift my head. I can turn towards my feet. So I'm turning away from my knees. Tailbone is grounded. Now option 2, you can add a little reach in the middle. Twist, twist, twist. Nice and tight on that swivel. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, reach the arms and pump. Now I could have my head on the mat. I can pull up, lift up into the core, tightening the abdominals. I can extend the legs. Same extension of the legs with the head down your way. 8, 7, 6, 5. See if you can hollow your abdominals just a little tighter. 2, and swivel. So remember your options here. Here, 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 anywhere in between. Last time. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold and on. Tailbone is anchored. 8, 7. Same thing with your head down. Same thing with the feet up or down. 2. Now, place your weight in your left hand, reach the right leg out, and bring the hand towards the foot. Now, some options. All of the work we're going to do, your head can be up or down. You can set the non-working leg on the floor. You could do the leg by itself. You could do the arm by itself. So assess what's the best for you today. And then if you can, when your right leg comes up, reach your left leg out. So they're doing 2 different movements. One is bent, one stays straight. Abs are so strong. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 2. Now bend the elbow, bend the knee, tuck, reach, all of that ran to be up or down. 8, 7, 6, 4. Back to that straight leg. So again, I could be right here. Here. Or here. That right leg stays straight as you come up and down. 4, 2, bend the elbow. 8, 7, 6, 4. Now set your weight down, kick the leg. Again, head can be down or lifted. Knees can be bent or straight. 8. Last 4, 3, 2. Now bring your heels together. Pull the knees in and then tap the knees up and down. You can keep the head down or pull the legs and the head together. I can also lift just from the upper half. 8. Now, putting this together, watch, come down and up, and then you twist and close the legs. Down and up, twist and close. Down, up, twist and close. Down, up, down, up. So as you're putting that together with some rotation, if you want to leave one piece of that out, go for it. I can keep my head down and reach my arm across. So many different ways to work through that movement. Last 7. Inner thigh squeeze strong and tight. 4. Last 2. Last 1. Now place the weight in your right hand. Extend the left and lift. So again, you pick that position for the body. Head up or down. Right leg can be up or down. Now you let the body get into the movement first. And then from there, if you feel good, add that cross tap. So when one leg is doing one thing and the other leg is doing something else, you're finding dimension in the brain. New groove. Abs, you feel so good. That's 8. 4, 2, bend that knee. It's this reach and extension that's the best part. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to that straight leg. You pick it. 8, 7, 6, 4. Bend the knee. Watch that your tailbone is still pressed into your mat. 5, 4, 3, 2. Weight down. Circle the legs out. So as you come into that circle, you could keep your head lifted. You could bend your knees. You choose. The head could be down. We're loosening up. We're using the leg and stirring into the hip. And then we'll stretch it out. So our leg series takes us right into our yoga stretch. See if you can lengthen the legs all the way. 4, 3, 2, and reverse. Drawing the navel to spine control. Last 2. Now legs together and circle. Same thing, I can bend the knees. I can have the head down, hands wide. So as we rotate, you're keeping the tailbone down, and that will create a lubrication so all of your joints start to get a little bit more limber when you rotate a circle around that joint. And reverse. Last 4. Now heels together, frog legs. So you draw the heels in, circle around. Heels in, circle around. The straightening of the legs is the most important part. Tight. Tight. Last 4. Last 4, 3, 2, and kick the legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and crisscross. And up or down, last 4. Drive the navel to the spine, and then finish with flips for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From there, hug the knees in. Rock from hip to hip. Say thank you, body, for working so hard. Now, straighten your right leg. That left knee stays tucked into the body. And then bring that left knee across. Spinal twist to start. Lift your left hand. And then bring that left arm out to the side and look over that shoulder. Now your body's going to try and grip. You're trying to let go. So when that hip is tight, when the back is tight, you're trying to release and let go of that. One more nice big deep breath in. Exhale. Hug the left knee in towards your chest. Meet it with the right, so the right knee comes in. Lengthen your left leg out. Take your right knee across the left side of the body. Right arm up. Right arm out. Look over that right shoulder. On each exhale, relax the low back. Relax the glute. Relax the hamstring. Inhale. Exhale, let go. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, bring that right knee into the body, meet it with the left. Slowly roll yourselves up, turn over onto your hands and knees. Once you're on your hands and knees, dig the toes into the floor. Lift the tailbone, press back. Hips are towards the ceiling. Rock a little bit right to left. Slide forward into that high hover. Squeeze your glutes, pull the belly button in. Come down into a low hover. Press your chest through, extension. So you're squeezing the glutes to lengthen the hip flexors. Look up. Inhale. Exhale, press back into that inverted V, down dog. Float your right leg up and back behind you. Pull your right leg into pigeon so that right leg tucks in front, and then you can rock from hip to hip a little bit. You can drop onto your elbows. You can drop all the way onto your forehead. So we've talked about you can play with the angle of this right shin. So if I move my right foot so that my shin is more parallel to the mat, it's going to pull that hip into a tighter position. You may get more of a stretch there staying upright. So find that position that feels right for you. If you prefer, you can tuck it and lean in. Several nice big deep breaths. One more inhale. Exhale, push up into the hands. Dig your left toes into the floor. Lift the left knee, step back into that high hover. Low hover. Press your chest through, squeeze your glutes. Lift the hips, inverted V, down dog. Float your left leg up towards the ceiling. Pull that left leg through into pigeon. And then again, same thing on this side. Rock a little bit hip to hip. You can choose to move this foot forward a little bit so you find where you get the best stretch. And if you feel good, crawl forward. That can be on your hands, your elbows, your forehead. Inhale. Exhale, try to let go of the tension in that left glute. Now push back up into your hands. Dig the right toes into the floor. Lift the right knee. Step the left foot back into that high hover. Low hover. Press your chest through, squeeze your glutes. Press back into that inverted V. Float your right leg. Pull your right foot all the way through and then set your left knee down. So you're in that low lunge. Flatten your left foot. Now again, rock from hip to hip. Find where you're tight. We're trying to get the hip flexor to lengthen on that left side. So if we squeeze the left glute and press the left hip down, we'll get a little bit deeper stretch. Lift the heart for a moment. So when we come up, you're lifting the heart and looking up or back to deepen that pull into the left hip flexor. Each exhale, you're trying to let go of that tension in the hip. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, let go. Now bring your left hand down to the mat, turn your right toes out, and then reach your right hand either behind you or take it all the way to that left hip. Now you can rock onto the outer rim of that right foot, move around a little bit, find how big that rotation can go on this side. So if I allow myself to pull onto this outer rim, then I'm kind of leaning out onto this right knee. And then you'll feel a deeper stretch in your inner thigh, but also the outer glute and hip. With each exhale, see if you can lean in and press that right thigh out just a little deeper. One more. Inhale. Exhale, turn yourself back to center. Now you have two options. Keep these toes turned out. You can have your hands on the floor, your elbows come down to your forehead. You can stay in that stretch and breathe. Or if it feels good, reach behind, grab your left foot. Breathe. Closer you can get your foot to the glute, the deeper the stretch for the quadricep and the hip flexor. Inhale. Exhale, try to feel the gravity pull down the left hip towards the floor. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, release that left foot, straighten that back leg. Dig the left toes into the floor. Bring that left knee off the mat and then step back into that high hover. Tread the feet a few times. And then low hover. Press through, squeeze your glutes. And then pull back into that down dog. Float the left leg up. Reach it as far away from the right as you can get it. Now pull that right foot all the way through. Once you pull that right foot through, bend the right knee. So the left foot's in front, right knee is down, right foot is flat. Move around a little bit in that. And then keep your right glute tight. Come up and look up. Trying to let this hip flexor lengthen. Let gravity pull that right hip towards the floor. Inhale. Exhale, come down onto the mat. Turn your left toes out. And then once again, you can move around in that hip to hip a little bit. Reach your left hand behind you. You can rock onto the outer rim of that left leg. Find the position where you can play with that weight balance. If you can push outward on that left knee, you'll get a deeper stretch. Option to bring that left hand to the right hip. Inhale. Exhale. One more big deep breath in. Exhale, unwind yourself. Now your option. You can have both hands on the floor. You can have elbows, forehead. So you pick if you want to hang out there or reach back and grab that right foot. Lean forward. You'll feel the pull on that right quadricep. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Try and let that right hip drop closer to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, release that right foot. Hands come down on the mat. Dig your right toes into the floor. Lift the right knee. Step back into that high hover. Low hover. High hover. Hopper walk in. Just hold that crouched position. Back is tucked. Hopper walk back. Low hover. High hover. Hopper walk in. Hold that tuck. Hopper walk back. Low hover. High hover. Hopper walk in. One more time. Hopper walk back. Low hover. High hover. Hopper walk in. Rock back onto your glutes. Bring the legs in front. Reach towards your toes. So as you reach towards your toes, it might be that you get to your quads or your shins, or you can create a hook with the feet. Hold that stretch for the hamstrings, the calves. Now try and keep your back as straight as you can. Press your heart towards your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your shoulders relax. Let the shoulders come away from the ears. Big deep breath in. As you exhale, come up nice and tall. Take your left foot, cross it over the right, and then bring your right arm. Create a little resistance. You push into the left thigh and twist. Look over that left shoulder. Dig your left hip down into the ground. Inhale. Exhale, see if you can turn a little bit bigger. Now come back to center. Straighten the legs, reach back towards the feet. So when we come into that twist, Think about you're allowing your body to rotate, and that's also going to open up that shoulder blade just a little bit. So it's not just about the glute and the spine. Press your heart towards your thighs. Breathe. Let go, stand or bring it all the way up so you're seated nice and tall. Pull that right foot in, bring your right foot across the left. So again, in that position, watch that this glute didn't just hike up off the floor. You press the right glute down, then take your left arm, create a little tension, a little resistance, and twist. Both hips are down into the mat. With every exhale, see if you can turn and deepen that rotation. Your back's going to want to slouch, and you're trying to lift your heart. One more big deep breath in. Exhale. Turn back to center. Open the legs nice and wide. So you take your legs. We'll do this in a standing position to finish in just a moment. But you open your legs wide to the side. That's going to look different for everybody. Some will be closer in, some farther out, some full splits, whatever feels right. And then both hips are balanced into the floor. Crawl your hands forward. So if you feel a stretch right here, hold it. If you want to come down to your elbows, go for it, or your forehead. Inhale, exhale, try and let the tension in the inner thighs release. Press your chest towards the floor. Inhale, and exhale, push back up. We just have 3 more things, almost done. Tuck that left foot inside, so you bring that left foot in. And then once again, so when we start, this might be elevated quite high. And then as we get more and more comfortable in that, we allow gravity to pull the knee down towards the floor. Then both hips are anchored. Your body is nice and tall. Twist towards that right foot and then lean in. And we talked about for the last couple of weeks that we can deepen that stretch through the shoulder if we use our left hand, make a hook, and then press your toes. You're pushing your toes out, and then that's going to pull the scapula just open just a little bit. Breathe, inhale, exhale. One more time, big deep breath in. Release that, walk your hands back in, switch the leg. So your right foot gets tucked in, your left leg comes out to the side. Rebalance your body. Once again, find what feels good for that right knee. Lift nice and tall. Twist towards that left foot, and then you decide. You can hinge and draw the body towards that, or add a little shoulder stretch by hooking the foot. If you push your foot out, that pulls, that'll give you a deeper stretch. Breathe. One more time, big deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead and release, come up nice and tall. Now bring the legs underneath you. Hands and feet or hands and knees, high hover. Low hover, listen. Lift your right leg or right knee. Set it down, high hover. Low hover. Left leg or knee up. Set it down. High hover. Low hover. Right foot up. Right foot down. High hover. Low hover. Left leg up. Left leg down. High hover. 4 more. Low hover. Right leg up. Right leg down. High hover. Low hover. Left leg up. Left leg down. High hover. Just 2 more. Low hover. Right leg up. Right leg down. High hover. Low hover. Left leg up. Left leg down. High hover. Hop or walk in. Chair pose. Squeeze the glutes. Reach the hands to the ceiling. Circle the arms around the outside. Final stretch. Take the toes so that they're facing forward but wide. So we're not in that plie squat position. Our toes are forward. And then bring your hands down. Now, if you have a chair or a coffee table or something you could put your elbows on, that might feel good for you. Otherwise, you can have your hands, your elbows, or your forehead down on the floor. Pull your hips up towards the ceiling. So you're taking the tailbone and tipping it up and slightly back. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Big deep breath in. Exhale. Straighten your arms. Keep your right hand on the floor. Reach the left hand to the ceiling. See how high and how far back you can pull that left arm. Bring your left hand down, switch, right arm comes up. Right arm comes down, heel toe your feet in, so your feet are right underneath your hips. Bend your left knee, lift your right hand once again, lean to the right. Set that right hand down, switch, the left knee straightens, the right knee bends. Lift that left hand, lean to the left. Both hands down, relax your head, your neck, your shoulders, the muscles in your jaw, whatever you can let go of, whether that's physical, mental, emotional. Release what you don't need to hang on to. And then slowly with intention, roll all the way up, squeeze your glutes, pull your belly button in, stack the shoulders right over the ribs and hips. Take a big deep breath in, arms up. Exhale, one more time, big deep breath in, arms up. And exhale, give yourselves a big hand. Good work today, you guys. Thank you so much for showing up today, for being here, for me, always. But for one another, like I said, it makes such a big difference when you guys can come together. It's so much more motivating when you know you have a team. Community is key. Aw, thank you, Akiko. I was hoping you guys were there. It's a quiet bunch. It's probably because we were working so hard, stretching, doing all of our yay. We'll continue the series that we ended on with the toes forward, where we were nice and wide. We're going to continue and work into a stretch with that tomorrow. So we'll be using that stretch again to go into triangle and go into some warrior pose stuff. So I'm excited for that. I hope you guys get to have a great day. Oh, thank you, Jean. I hope you get to have a great day outside a little bit. Enjoy this sunshine. I feel like we got to treasure it when we can. Aw, thanks, Chie. That's a huge accomplishment with two little ones at home, huh? I feel like if you can have any calm when there's littles, the dog, remember last week, I'm sure we do, where the dog was super excited. And so it was pretty abrupt at the end. So today she's upstairs with her brother. And it's very calm down here, but with two little ones, that can be hard. I'm so glad. I'm excited for tomorrow too. Yep. They are distracting. It's so good for our brain though, right? I feel like I can do what I do because I'm used to so much distraction that's what allows me to count and talk and think and work all at the same time. Our brain, I'm telling myself that that's going to help us stay fresh forever till we're in our 90s. So fingers crossed. But if you have any stretches that you need to see tomorrow, please let me know. I'll run through the ones that we've been working on, and we're advancing a couple of them tomorrow. But if there's something that you really need, we are going to do that the ball stretch. So if you have a ball or an extra yoga mat or a roller, get that out for tomorrow. I love you guys. I hope you know how much you're on my heart and on my mind. And we just keep one day at a time working our way through this. So thanks for being on this journey with me, and I will see you in the morning.